Like being back out there, I'm sure that was tough.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed it a lot. I mean, watching my teammates practice every week while I was in the weight room, it sucked. But I mean, finally getting out there, it felt so much fun. Like when I got out there, it just felt like a clear mind. And I was just back with my homies again. So I loved it.
And back for really meaningful snaps in a really competitive game. I mean, you didn't have an opportunity to kind of get your feet wet. You had to jump back out right in the heat of it.
Yep. And that was really fun. I mean, luckily, I think with this coaching staff they prepare us for whenever we need to go in. Next man up, you got to be able to ready to go. And I mean, while I was out, that doesn't mean I wasn't taking mental reps and I wasn't paying attention in meetings or anything like that. So I think just making sure I was prepared for whenever I was to step on that field again was important, and I feel like I did that.
Played about, I think, 40 snaps from what I saw. Was that what the expectation was going in, or did you see even more because I think Jackson went down at one point and you kind of filled in there more?
I'm not sure actually. I think I was just ready to play however many they would get me, So.
Can you walk us through what took place back in September that put you out for so long and kind of what the process to get back was like for you?
Yeah, so it was right before the halftime against Eastern Washington. I went to go pancake a dude, and I just tweaked my foot. I felt two pops. I didn't know what that was. So I just kept on playing, finished out the drive. And then I came back out at halftime, and my foot just like flared up really hard, and then it was just hard for me to walk. Went in, got an X-ray, MRI. They said I just had a mid-foot sprain, but I almost tore my Lisfranc. So I was out just rehabbing. I thought I was going to get back a lot sooner than what I did, but I mean, unfortunately, things didn't work out the way it did. I just had to be smart. One thing that they, told me while I was injured is this: you can't push yourself, because I guess I've been known to push through a lot of injuries. So they told me this injury is something that you can't just toughen up and just go step on the field. So that was one of the hardest things, to kind of hold myself back from actually being able to practice, actually getting back out there with everyone. But I mean, I just had to trust the process. Finally got out there, foot started feeling a lot better, and now I'm ready to go.
You mentioned mental reps that you were taking. What does it actually kind of look like for you over the course of that time when you're not able to play?
Watching film, just watching your teammates practice, game reps too. And whenever they're playing, you don't just watch the ball where it's at. You don't watch the receivers and all them. You watch your position, make sure you see what's going on. And then just each week, I just made sure I paid attention to what was going on throughout that week, and then what new plays was coming in and everything. And I think that's just the biggest thing about mental reps, just making sure you're focused even when you're not in. I mean, I think it's easy to get distracted when you're just standing on the sidelines, but that was something that I told myself I couldn't let happen, because I knew that the day I come back on the field, I've got to make sure I'm ready. So.
I didn't ask, which foot was it?
My left foot.
Okay. And how close do you feel to 100% now?
I mean, it's not bothering me right now, so it's been pretty good. I just got to keep on doing rehab, keep strengthening it, and that's about it.
You've played in some of these Oregon State games before. What do these mean? Kind of what's the anticipation like this week?
I mean, like we all know, it's a rivalry week. It's another great opportunity to go out there and execute. Oregon State's a really good team. They have really good defense, and they got a lot of returning guys that we went against last year who were all really good dudes. I think there's going to be another challenge for us up front. They like to stem and like to move around a lot. It's going to be up to us to make sure that we prepare to take on that defense and see what they do.
Do you have any memories of this rivalry that stick out to you over the years?
I remember 2018 when we went back over there. A big talk of the time was, Oregon Ducks going to bring out the raincoats. And I remember we got out there, it started pouring, and our whole entire sideline just started turning up. We said, screw those raincoats, we ready to play. And we went out there, we just kept on executing, and we won. So that was a really fun game. That was really fun.
Raincoats probably not making an appearance. I think the forecast looks better this year.
Yeah, a lot better this year. No raincoats this year. Heck no.
You went through senior day stuff on Saturday. Have you made a decision yet on what you're doing after?
No, I haven't made my decision yet. My biggest emphasis was just get back on the field, Just being out for so long, it takes a lot of your mental. So I just wanted to get back on the field, finish out the season, see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
I know he didn't end up filling in exactly your spot, but Marcus was probably the guy who, at least initially, kind of filled in most. I mean, he took the left side, Ryan moved over to the right. How did you see Marcus kind of fill in there?
Well, actually, Marcus started actually getting those starter reps back in fall camp. He's been balling. He's been executing. I think it was JPJ who really filled in there. Okay. JPJ's been doing his job when you get in there. But my boy Marcus, he's been working. He's got little things that he needs to work on that we know we need to work on. And I try to treat myself as an old head to him. And, make sure I harp on the things that he needs to work on, as well as make sure he's holding me accountable. So, and I know this week we're just trying to get back to the drawing boards and get paid,
When you were going through all those mental reps, did you feel like you kind of coached the room a little bit?
Yeah, I think I coached all the guys I could. Actually the coaching staff started calling me Coach Jones out there because I couldn't do nothing, but I was able to walk around and stuff. So, that really got me a little sense of how coaching might feel. That might be a pathway that I want to look into after. So we'll see.
Had you thought of it? Had coaching been something that was even really on your mind possibly before this?
I'm not gonna lie, college football coaching kind of turned me off when I first got here. Seeing the amount of work they had to do with recruiting and all that type of stuff, that didn't really seem fun to me. But now this season, when I took all that time off and I was actually just using my role as a coach, that's something that I'd consider now because it was actually really fun. I enjoyed it.
What did you enjoy most about kind of that experience?
The best thing I felt like was coaching a player up and then going to see them execute it perfectly in the game. So like for Marcus, I remember Marcus, there's some things that he wanted to work on, and I was making sure I was emphasizing. I was telling him like, yo, get off the ball when you set or when you pull, just when you go out there, go have fun. And you can see it. I think, what game was it? I want to say like BYU or one of those, UCLA, I think. Okay. He was just out there having a blast, and it was just so awesome seeing him have fun because I felt like I helped him out a little bit, so I enjoyed that.